Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Web3 MCT. My name is Simon. I'm your host. I'm here to help you learn more about Web3 development, mining, and trading, right? Web3 MCT stands for mining, coding, and trading. And here on this channel, you will figure out new opportunities and ways to enhance your future when it comes to blockchain technology and the upgrade to our internet from Web 2 to Web 3. In our first video, we went over how to write a smart contract using Cadence, right? Cadence is the result-oriented programming language for the Flow blockchain. It's a little bit different than Solidity, but it's really user-friendly, and I highly recommend this to anybody that's brand new, looking to get into development on Web3. So, this is our continuation to our first video. In our first video, we went over the basics of a contract, okay? So in our first video, we were talking about access all, what this is and what we're looking at. So this is a contract. Here we have the contract, transactions, a script, and the account names. So in this video, we did some editing to our contracts, and we're just going to go over that. So if you enjoy or resonate with anything that you see in this video, appreciate if you hit the like button, share this for the YouTube algorithm, and let other people know, hey, there's a channel here that talks about mining, coding, and trading. Stay tuned for our next video. We're going to get more videos in technical analysis and charting for those that are my fellow traders as well. All right, so to my devs out there, or anyone that's looking to get into development in Web3, let's go ahead and take a look at this. But before we get started on that, I'm going to let you guys know the documentation for the Flow developers is pretty good. You have different tutorials here on the documentation that you can use. And at the same time, we just posted an example of on my Twitter. If you go to Twitter here and you want to follow along with some of my tweets and some other things that I'm involved in, appreciate it. Go ahead, head over to Twitter, look up Simon Future 2. All right, Simon Future 2. Whenever it decides to load, here we go. Simon Future 2. Got my blue check mark. Anyone else that's trying to be me is not me, so don't listen to them. Right? Blue check mark, Simon Future 2. We just posted this tweet here, and it goes over this screenshot, right? So let's pull up this screenshot. So the layout of the Flow blockchain and how decentralized applications communicate with the nodes. So what we have here, we have a DApp, right? So this would be your website, your web page application, right? DApp stands for decentralized application, right? DApp, right? And then we have observer node 1, observer node 2, access node, observer node 3, observer node 4, all right? And so the way it works, all right, the flow of all of this, you like how I did that there? But anyway, so we have our decentralized application, and when this application needs to interact and communicate with the blockchain, right, it's going to go ahead and communicate with the node. You can see the directions coming from the Flow network and outwards. So, but we can also do it from the DApp to the blockchain, to the Flow network. So it has these multiple layers. So we have the observer 1, and behind the observer 1 node, observer 2 node, right, we have the public network. I would think that this public network is really about, kind of like the view, right? When Solidity, when you want to communicate with the blockchain, there's transaction fees that you have to pay, and when you are thinking about how you're gonna write your smart contract, sometimes, or even build out a decentralized application, you may think about, hey, how can I minimize the amount of fees as possible, all right, for the user, right? Because if the user is going to interact with the blockchain every time it interacts with the blockchain, that could be another transaction fee, another transaction fee, another transaction fee. And what do I mean by that is you go ahead and you click on something inside this decentralized application and it brings up your wallet, right? Whether MetaMask wallet or Flow wallet, Phantom wallet, whatever wallet, right? That's going to be used to sign the transaction. When you go ahead and do that, right, that transaction can, well, if it's right into the blockchain, that's going to cost you. However, there are ways that you can still interact with the blockchain without a transactional fee, and that is the view. So in Solidity, you have view. When you use view, you can go ahead and just view the data, and it doesn't cost you anything. And in Flow, let's go ahead and just take a look what it, the actual documentation, because my tweet was really just off the dome. So let's just actually do this together, see if any of my tweet is right, and we're going to go ahead and update that if I'm wrong. So I said that in this picture we have the observer node and the actor node. The way I look at this is we have the public network that everyone can use and view, can be used to write scripts and won't cost anything to interact with it. However, this can be great for dApps that may just want to query the blockchain with contract scripts. Now, if a dApp needs to actually write data to the Flow network, to the Flow blockchain, it will need to be validated by the approved list of the access nodes. Those access nodes also hold the blockchain and now allow for the additional layer to write to the blockchain. Now, the access nodes will have to get approval from the community, whereas the observer nodes can be run up by, it's supposed to be by, not run up back by anyone. This is an interesting flow to the blockchain. What are your thoughts? Now, this is all from the dome. I did not read any docs just yet on this topic. I do this on purpose just to see what my brain already knows on its own and what it can come up with. Then I will read the docs and correct myself wherever I was wrong. So let's go ahead and take a look at the docs about this. So the observer node is similar to an access node and provides a locally accessible, continuously updated, verified copy of the block data. It serves the gRPC access API, but unlike an access node, an observer node does not need to be staked, and anyone can run it without being added to the approved list of nodes. The observer node bootstraps by connecting to an access node and becoming part of the public network, comprised of access nodes and other observer nodes. It then continuously receives blocks that are being added to the chain either directly from the access node or from the observer nodes that are part of the public network. However, it makes no trust assumptions of the upstream access node or the observer node, which is providing the block, and locally verifies that the blocks that are received are the correct extension of the chain. After receiving valid blocks A, B, and C, when it receives block D, it verifies that block D is indeed signed by the consensus node and is a valid next block. The received block data is indexed and made available via the Access API. So, for collection, transactions, and account queries, it delegates those requests to the upstream access node, right? To the upstream access node. And then similarly, the transactions and scripts are sent to the observer node, also forwarded to the upstream access node. So what does this all mean, right? Future versions, right? So you don't need to stake data. So with Ethereum, you need to stake Ethereum to run a node, right? To run a validator node. However, on Flow, it's saying, hey, you can run up a node and help us secure and support the blockchain just for applications that need to, run scripts, right? When you run a script on the Flow blockchain, it does not cost you anything. So running a script is similar to the view. So who should run an observer node? Observer nodes provides an alternative to running an access node. It's ideal for dApps that need access to the latest block data available locally. A wallet application that needs to track the latest block, ID, and height, or access node operators who want to scale their access node endpoints geographically and can spin up geographically dispersed observer nodes which can talk to their staked access node to each other. This goes into how you can run an observer node and the hardware necessary. So we need a 2 cores, 4 gig RAM, 300 gig SSD, and 10 megabytes network connection. This is actually really good because the minimum requirements is essentially a Raspberry Pi. So you can use the Raspberry Pi 4 gig to run this up. Go ahead and connect it to an SSD, and then you can go ahead and set up an observer node right now. And so these are the steps to run an observer node. We're not going to get into any of that, but maybe I'll go ahead and actually get one up and running, just so I have some more experience behind it. I am currently running a Litecoin node, Bitcoin node, so I've run plenty of nodes before. I understand the requirements to do so. Now, when it comes to, let's see, all right, yeah, so that's really it because we don't want to go too heavy into all of that, right? So that was pretty much it. So basically, my tweet was, not as fancy in words and stuff, but it was spot on, right? So we used the observer nodes to access the public network. These are some informations that's not going to require you to pay transactional fees. However, if you need to write to the blockchain, right, you're going to need to go through an access node. And to run an access node, you're going to need to stake flow and be part of the approval list, right? So, but now the token standards for Flow blockchain is, we have the fungible token standard, which goes by FT, and the non-fungible token standard, NFT, right? FT is a specification for creating and managing fungible tokens, which are tokens with equal value and they are interchangeable. The standard is most commonly used for creating cryptocurrencies and other digital assets with uniform value. Now, if you want to spin up a NFT, all right, this is for creating and managing the non-fungible tokens. Those are unique and indivisible digital assets. Did I say that right? Indivisible. And this standard is used for creating digital art, in-game items, and other one-of-a-kind digital assets. Now, we're not going to go into that even more, but we will be making a video on how to launch a token on Flow and how to launch an NFT on Flow, right? So Cadence is the resource-oriented programming language for developing smart contracts on Flow. We want you to understand the Cadence tutorial and the Flow developer playground, which is this right here. So before I get into this even more, let's go ahead and take a look at this, right? So in this tutorial, we're going to go over how to use smart contracts, how you can switch accounts, and then you can view account state. So what is Cadence, right? We just said it's a result-oriented programming language, but what does that even mean, right? So Cadence introduces a few new features to smart contract programming. It's here to help developers ensure that the code is safe, secure, clear, and approachable. And some of these features are, well, it's type safety and strong static type system, resource-oriented programming, right? It's a new paradigm that pairs linear types and with object capabilities to create a secure and declarative model for digital ownership, right? So what does this mean? It helps to ensure that resources that are only can exist in one location at a time. It can't be copied, and you cannot accidentally lose or delete something, right? It's built-in preconditions and post-conditions for functions and transactions. The utilization of capability-based security enforces access control that requires access to objects. It's restricted to only the owner, and those who have a valid reference to the object. Now, the Flow Developer Playground. This is an in-browser editor and emulator to experiment with Flow. We use the playground so you can write Cadence smart contracts, deploy them to local Flow emulated blockchain, and you can submit those transactions. When you use the Flow Playground, it's really great because it's compatible with any standard web browser. We definitely recommend using Google Chrome, but it's been tested and optimized for only Chrome browser so far, so might as well use what it was created on. Now, let's get to know this playground a little bit more. It has everything you need to become familiar with deploying your Cadence smart contracts and interacting with transactions and scripts. The playground comes preloaded with contract and transaction templates, right? So as you can see, it comes preloaded with contracts, right, and transaction templates. I went ahead and added my own additional transaction. We also have a script here. You can use the plus sign to add more scripts, and then these are the 5 preloaded accounts that comes with the playground. So as we continue on, right, the playground comes preloaded. We have examples with all of that, and when you click on all those links, we'll go through the tutorial, right? But as we continue on, now what are accounts and contracts, right? So we saw in the in-browser application, we have the contracts here, right? Contracts here, and then the accounts, right? So when you have your Cadence code, it opens in the account editor that contains a contract. You click the deploy button on the bottom right of the screen to deploy that contract to the currently selected account. So if we have this contract right here that I just wrote out, right? This is our Web3 MCT contract, okay? This is the Web3 MCT is our club, and we're gonna go ahead and create some more additional educational content for you, and Cadence is a great start. So this contract here, all right, pub stands for access all, or access for all right. You can also write it like this, which is access parentheses all, okay, the contract and then the contract name, all right. So but we have pub just for shorthanded, right? Pub contract, and then our contract name is Web3 MCT. Now the cool thing about when you go ahead and you deploy your contracts, one of the differences is that these contracts are deployed and stored directly to the account. So you can see the account here. It says 0x01 default 2 contracts, 0x02 hello world, 0x03 web3 MCT. So all of these accounts has a contract stored in them. All right, so you can see on this account, right, we have our contract Web3 MCT at height 9. Our account storage is currently empty. 2, you can see that this one has the hello world, and this one actually has 2 contracts deployed to it. We have hello world and the Web3 MCT that's stored deployed to this account. Now, if we wanted to go ahead and say, hey, you know what, we have a new account and we're going to deploy this to a new account, right? So that's what we're just talking about here. It says go ahead and click the deploy button. After a few seconds, the contract should deploy. So in the account section, you should now see the name of the contract next to the selected account that you deployed to. And if you click on log in the bottom right of the section of the screen, you should see a message in the console confirming that the contract was deployed and which account it was deployed to. You will also be able to select transactions and scripts from the left side of the menu and submit them to interact with your deployed smart contract. We'll cover that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and test that out, right? So right now we've written our contract, pub contract web3 MCT. We talked about in our first video about the different fields here and the type string. Okay, so we have our pub var greeting. Okay, this was changed. It was changed from this where we had access all let greeting. Okay, now the difference between the let and the var, let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So this portion, we're going to say thank you to Learn Web 3. Okay, Learn Web 3 helps us with getting even more detailed and understanding how to become a Web 3 developer. And in one of our progression tracks, we are going through flow. So what is the difference between the let and the var, right? So when it comes to add-in functions and interacting with the smart contract, right, we see that we've declared our variable with let. Now, this is kind of confusing because for JavaScript devs, right, let in JavaScript means the variable can be changed over time. However, and const, right, means that the variable cannot be changed. Now, in Cadence, right, in the result oriented programming language for flow, right, Cadence, we use let and var, right? So let is the opposite, right? Because let is a variable that cannot be changed, right? So in this contract here, we use access all, let, and greeting. Now, what does that mean? So that means our greeting message here, hello from account 3, this cannot be changed, right? This cannot be changed. Our greeting cannot be changed. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. So when we go ahead and deploy contract 3, we're going to assign that to account 5. Okay, we're going to click deploy. Right, you're going to see, all right, it was deployed to account 5, and you can see contract 4 here. And if we clicked on the log, all right, we go back to contract 4, and we click on the log, you can see that this was just deployed to contract 5. Now, remember, we use let in our greeting, okay? And what does let mean? Well, let means that the variable cannot be changed. However, if we wanted to set up this contract to say, well, you know what? I may want to have a text box on my front end on my decentralized application that, you know, we're going to use it as a profile section, right? And the profile section is going to be it's going to be associated with a person's like biography, right? Or I don't want to say username, but you can have it set up with the username that people's username changes. But if we wanted to use a username that they are not allowed to change, so if we set up a decentralized application like a profile DApp, right, and we don't want the users to go ahead and change their username every day, every week, or whatever, we're going to go ahead and use let, okay? Right? And that will make sure that once the string is set in place and established in the code, it cannot be changed. Now, if we want to say, hey, well, you know what? We have the account name, we have the public address, and we have the wallet. The actual username, you know what? People can change that because we're going to use the actual public address as our verification method. And then instead of having, you know, everyone's name be the public address, is long, you know, string of letters and numbers, we're going to go ahead and say, hey, let let's let them use whatever name that they want, and if they want to change that in the future, or as many times as they want, a person can. So we're gonna say, hey, we're not gonna go ahead and use let. We're gonna go ahead and use var, right? So in my contract that we have rewritten, we put in pub var greeting. Remember, this also can be written like this: access, right? Parenthesis all, parenthesis, okay, var and greeting, right? It can also be written that way. And then we said, hey, it's going to be a type string. All right, our greeting is going to be a string type. Okay, obviously we have an error here because that's not where it's supposed to be, right? So anyway, so this is going to be our greeting. Well, we have an error because this variable is already being declared, and hasn't been redeclared. All right, so but that's besides the point. Okay, disregard the error. Now, this var can also be written like this with let. Okay, and I'm going to show you what happens when you change this. Okay, so but for right now, let's go ahead and keep it the way it is. Pub var greeting, right? String, and we just deployed this to we're going to deploy this one to 4. Okay, so with the var, remember this contract is with let. This one is with let, and we're going to see the difference between the two. So let's go back to contract 1, and we're going to go ahead and select that our signer be 0x04, and we're going to 4, and we're going to go ahead and deploy this contract to 4. All right, click deploy, and boom, you can see that it was just deployed to the account. You can see deploy contract to 0x04. Now, what does this even, what did that do, and what does this mean, right? So if we quickly just go back here, var is a variable that can be changed, right? So keep this in mind. Var is a variable that can be changed. Let is a variable that cannot be changed, right? And that's for Cadence, right? So you can see here that we updated the greeting variable, and they updated it from access all let greeting type string to pub var greeting type string, right? So when we go ahead and do that, we can go ahead and take a look at our transactions now, right? We have our transactions now, okay? So the transaction of the first one, right, we have import hello world. We're going to just actually import this from 5, okay? We're going to do hello world from contract 5, or no, not 5, was it? Hello world from 4. 5. 4, 5. 5, 4. 3, 2, 1. And 2, 5. Okay. Hello world. Oh shoot. I should do it from, what did I do? Why did I say 5? I meant to do 4. Oh no, wait. No, 5. Well, let's just keep it 2. Because that one was already deployed. Yeah, because I didn't do the other one. Right? So hello world 2, right? So when we click on transaction, right, you can just click send, and you can see transaction, welcome to Web3 MCT Club, right? Script here, we'll get into that. Now, our second transaction, all right, we're importing this from 0x03, okay, so that's from here, okay. It's got 1 contract deployed to this account, all right. And remember this contract, all right, Web3 MCT, this contract. Now I should really rename these contract names so it's easier to see. Web3 MCT. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, good. So it's easier to keep track and so forth. Right. So remember we put pub var greet in. All right. So let's go to our transactions here. And now you can see immediately the difference, right? So here you can see our sign signature, right? We can go ahead and send the transaction, and it will send our message, right? It will send our message, not this message. This message, right? It will send our message from let. Remember, let is what? What is let? Do you remember? Let is a variable that cannot be changed, right? So that's why when we click on a transaction here, we go to send it, we don't have an input box, text box, right? Now, in our new transaction here, okay, we have new greeting, type string, and this is our text box here for input, okay? And you can see that if we wanted to go ahead and sign it, all right, with 4, all right, we can go ahead and do so, all right, or even with 3, okay? And we got to put a new message in, right? So we can say, thank you for watching, right? We'll put that there. And now we need to make sure you can see that our Web3 has no member, set greeting, unknown member, right there. We got to redeploy because we got to change the name. All right, now we should be good. We redeployed it to 3, right? Transaction here, all right, from 3. Let's put our, what did I say? Thank you for watching Web3 MCT. Okay. And do it like that. And maybe input an exclamation point, right? And then now we're going to go ahead and sign our new greeting. And we're going to click send. Okay? So we click send. And the transaction just sent. You can see here it says greeting updated, right? Greeting updated. Okay. Now we're gonna go to our script here, and we're gonna execute our script from 0x03. Right? We're importing Web3 MCT from 0x03, and we're saying, hey, let's go ahead and return our greeting here, our web3 mct.greeting. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click execute, and if we click execute, our new message should populate, which says boom right here, which is our value, and we have our new message, our new greeting. Thank you for watching Web3 MCT, type string. All right, so that's what the var allows you to do. It allows you to go ahead and make sure, allows you to change it. And so we'll go back real quick again, right? So even if we went back and we take a look at the script, right? Let's go ahead and import this one with let, right? And you'll see how it comes up something different, right? So this one, we're gonna do that from 2. We need to import hello world, okay, and our hello world greeting, hello world greeting. All right, so you can see that's there, and we want to click execute, and now you can see our value says welcome to Web3 MCT Club, right? So you say, well, wait, how do I know if that's right? Well, we can double check it, right? Because it's not this one, right? Because this isn't accurate. This isn't the same import. Remember, import hello world. All right, so our hello world contract right here. Okay. We also have contract 2 hello world. Okay. But we need the hello world that says welcome to Web3 MCT. And that is right here. Now, because we didn't redeploy it, right? So if we redeploy it and we signed it with, I forgot which one that we were using, 5? Deploy. If I go to script and we do, no, we need it from 2. Let's go to 2. Let's go to 2. 2's got hello world contract deployed to it. Hello world. Alright, hello from account 2. Let's go ahead and deploy that to, where were we? Account 2. Redeploy. It says the contract is going to do that. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. We needed to do that. Now let's go to our script, right? And then let's go ahead and click execute. And it says hello from account 2. Okay, you see that, right? Now if we went to the transaction for it and we click send, all right, and it goes and it sends the transaction. What time is it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Duh, it's on the bottom. I'm like, why is this thing updating, right? Here we go. Greeting updated. Hello from account 2. Hello from account 2. That's what we were looking for, right? If we send it again, so you guys can just see 3 times hello from account 2. Oh, so I hope you guys enjoyed this this lesson here on flow and cadence, right? And using the flow playground. Before we head on out, if you could please head on over to Twitter and take a look and take a gander here at Simon Future 2. You can use a like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead, and if you want to see our club token on Bitcoin, we have our BRC20 WMCT token available. This is our Web3 MCT club token. Stay tuned for the amazing things that we're going to be doing in this club, right? And how you can get involved and join our club. Take a look at our first video here, how to write a smart contract on Flow using Cadence. And if you're interested in learning some more information, go ahead and click on this link, web3mct.club. It will bring you to our website. All right, PSP Advanced Technology, help to bridge the gap between blockchain and you. You'll learn a little bit about myself. Let's go ahead and take a look at our new AI
experience
bot.
in the technology industry. I established myself as a leading expert in the field of internet application.
Let me do that. Let's start it from the beginning real quick. If it will let me start from the beginning. No, it won't. So, but here we go.
And network security, particularly in the areas of Web3 apps, blockchain security, cloud computing, and data analytics. I am the founder of Web3 MCT Club and author of Web3 Learning and Introduction to ChatGPT, a guide to conversational AI.
Right, go ahead. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Web3 MCT, scroll
peer
on
engagement
down.
lessons. We're excited to have you here, and we're even more excited to invite you to join our community of like-minded individuals who are eager to learn, grow, and succeed. As a member of Web3 MCT, you'll have access to our Club Vault, which contains a wealth of information on everything from business development to personal growth. You'll also receive our future insight reports as guidance.
There we go. Thank you for stopping by. Take a look at our webpage. Learn some more about what we're doing here. And if you want to learn about our club Web3 MCT, You go ahead and click on this link. This will bring you to our uh, digital domain website. This is our very own uh, store. We have some amazing products available for you to go ahead and look. I really like this clock. I just made this clock. It's a wooden style clock. You get a black version, a white version, depending on the hands you like. We have our diamond logo in the background, the hands of your future self, and the cash flow emoji smiley face in the background. It's a really awesome piece you can go ahead and add to your Web3 office, Bitcoin blockchain office or not. Also, we have some few gym bags available. We got the Future Self Gym Duffel. We also have the Gym Duffel Black Diamond version here. Amazing bumper sticker. Look, mom, I made it. I love this one. Go ahead and get a Future Self team pin if you wanted to. We have our Future Light collection shirt and a few other items available for you. Now, if you're looking to, say, hey, Project Royals, thank you, thank you, thank you. But hey, I want to just see what else you guys have. You go ahead and click on catalog, right? We get yourself a nice new diamond mug. We got the crypto kicks, the diamond journey shoes, a great pad. This is amazing for those that's looking to just journal their journey, right? Whether you are mining, whether you are coding, whether you are trading, having a journal available is necessary because you need to write down your goals and take massive action. But you can't take massive action if you don't have a plan and you don't have a process in place. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is getting yourself a future self dream pad so you can become more accountable to your dreams and your future, right? And also, one of our newest items that we just put out on the store, okay, I really like, besides the clock, we have the clock here. We have our Web3 MCT diamond sticker. I really love this sticker. It's such a cool design. Um, some few tech items, right? Because you need to make sure that you are keeping your phone charged. You never know when you might need to send somebody some Litecoin, some Bitcoin, or when somebody might send something to you, right? And you may not have a charger somewhere or a place to plug it in. That's why we have the power bank chain, a solar key. Go ahead, attach it to your keys or whatever, and you can go ahead and charge wherever there is sunlight, right? And the talk mode, right? This is our one of our lead-in products. It is basically a Bluetooth remote control for your smart device, and this is good because you shouldn't be keeping your phone so close to your face, or even just holding your phone and walking with your head down, or even standing and looking with your head down and using your thumb all the time. Eventually over time that's going to affect your body, right, and cause strain. So you go ahead and use this remote, add some distance from that screen and your eyes, right, so you don't get that sandbaggy look and dark spots under your eyes and all that nonsense, right? And also it will allow you to just interact with your device from anywhere in your house, right, when you or wherever you are. But we cannot start off summer, right, without a pair of trunks, right? So this is the Future Swim Bitcoin Skulls swimwear. This is my NFT, Bitcoin King NFT, right? We have Bitcoin here with their diamond logo at the bottom. Go ahead and get your awesome Bitcoin swim trunks, and no one have these swim trunks. I promise you, you wear these swim trunks, you will be the center of attention, and people will be like, yo, where did you get those trunks? That shit is awesome. So go ahead, flaunt your shit, get your trunks, and stand out. My name is Simon. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. If you want to be part of the future and want to figure out how Web3 can help you, you can join our club. You can also come by and take a look at the About section. It goes a little bit detail about our Web3 learning book, right? Our Web3 Learning ebook is available to anyone for free when you purchase a gym duffel bag, right? So if you get yourself a gym duffel bag, right? So one of these, if you go ahead and order one of these duffel bags, right, you can get your free ebook gift, right? You get your free gift with this duffel bag, and it will help you to learn how you can safely secure and navigate the blockchain. And that is not it. We also have one of our new books, right? Ebook available, but hardcover book is going to be launched on Amazon. It is the introduction to ChatGPT, a guide to conversational AI. So stay tuned for that, and you can go ahead and sign up for that book by clicking here below. Subscribe to our email list. Click on this, add your email, and say, hey, I want to check out the AI ebook. And we can go ahead and send that your way. So thank you again for stopping by. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. If you want to secure your digital assets, go ahead, head on over to web3mct.club, scroll down, and click on one of these pictures here, and that will bring you directly to the SafePal store affiliate link. I am an affiliate partner for SafePal. Secure your digital assets and interact with the blockchain with SafePal. We teach you this in our club. My name is Simon. This is Web3MCT. Thank you for stopping by. Again, hit that like, subscribe, send this to someone else that you think they will find some quality value from this. And even if you don't like it and you're like, hey, this can be fixed, this can be updated, I have some feedback, leave it in the comment section below. Whether you like it or you don't like it, I don't care. I want you to talk about it and let me know how I can improve, or let me know what you loved about it, so we can go ahead and help our community reach new levels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a long one. We'll clip it up. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.